What's going on? Everybody's wondering what the play of the day is. I'm getting text. What's the play? Well, yesterday I decided to tell you that SPXU, the short in the S&P market, would be the play. You could tell that it was very low, oversold. It was ready to erupt. It has a MACD cross coming, which is very, very bullish. If you want to know what these signals and signs that I'm talking about, then come on to my live stream today in 10 minutes at 9:45. I'll be on YouTube live. Just hit the link in the bio and we'll take you, and I'll explain a little bit about gold, Bitcoin, the Dow Jones, and the market. Come on and learn yourself something. Learn yourself a little something today, 9:45.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Andy Kaufman. I've been talking a lot lately about this viral pandemic, and I've learned some things lately that have helped me develop a theory, and I think I know what is really going on here, so I want to give that information to everyone. Symptoms, including basically a fever, low white blood cell count. Pulmonary infiltrates just means fluid and congestion in the lungs on a chest. Already developed a test, right? So you can see it can be very misleading. We can get a lot of false results by using this type of method.
Yeah, babe.
How much was your hazmat suit?
Why?
$700?
No.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
That's what you said.
It was $112.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. I'm live right now, babe. That's all I have to do to get rid of you. I'll tell you that I'm live,
You're not lying.
and then you're gone. I'll be live in 4 minutes. I need that. Don't touch that.
When do you need it?
I fine touch it, but I need it back soon.
Oh, you didn't do what you were supposed to do yesterday? You burned down real fast.
What'd you say?
You burned down.
What did you say?
You were burned out.
Wow.
Please get off my sacks. Miles Davis, beep beep. Who got the keys to my Jeep? Doors off the bitch so you can peep. Yeah. Even though them niggas be coming just like a creep. First one to get singled out, just getting leaked. Don't expect survival. Oh, yeah.
Well, Miles, we got 101,000 people in here watching you. Michael Jackson. Are you ready to get it started? Michael Jackson.
Let's do it. I'm ready. Take my headphones off.
We're listening.
1, 2, 3, and.
All right, and we are live. Hope everyone's doing well today on this wonderful day, I guess, right? Tuesday. Not I guess. I mean, it is a wonderful day. We're alive. We're here. We're going through it all together. But there's just so much uncertainty, a lot of craziness in the markets today, a lot of weird things going on. Just want to address those things, talk about what's going on, and just see how we're doing with Bitcoin and the market. Now, last night I was looking at the futures market. I'm in a Bitcoin position right now, and I was wondering what to do with it. Sitting there, really just sitting. Now I'm down $56. I was up $70. Something told me to take the money and get out. I had this weird feeling. Get out and get into. I wanted to get out of Bitcoin and get into H bar, which kind of like is counterintuitive in a way. But yesterday, if you watch my live stream, the play that I basically said to make was SPXU short. We were at 16. You already gapped up with a nice gain here. So you basically yesterday you would have bought around this area, and we gapped up nice 7% already. So you'd be up a little, about 7% already on SPXU if you had taken my call yesterday. Nice little move. Nothing huge, but you know, hey, not a loss in such a crazy game. So there's some gold still holding its own, up 1720. What do we see happening for gold? All right, well, one thing I see for gold right here is a inverse head and shoulders. So you have a shoulder, you have a head, you have a shoulder. That is a really, really big good sign. I'm going to delete my old work for gold, which pains me because that's like old work, and we're going to start anew. So we had resistance. We have this resistance. We might have support at 1680 now. Another bit of support here at 1598, 1600. and another little bit of support at 1550. So gold was ranging in here between 1450 and 1550. It's a healthy range, in my opinion. Now we have what's called a inverse head and shoulders. We have a shoulder, we have a big head, we have a shoulder again, extreme head too. So we take this, we bring it to the shoulder, and that brings us to our new target for gold. 1850 now is my next move for gold. So what do we see happening with that? We're channeling here in a bit of a bull flag. We're at the bottom of the flag too, as you can see. So this should come up. We're above the moving averages. Very, very healthy looking. We want to see, the 200 all crossing in a line. Here we had this. This is basically a golden cross. We have the 50 crossing the 200 right here. Boom, shakalaka with a back D cross. There's a lot of movement there. That's really, really healthy. So that's something nice to see. Let me pop the chat out. Boom. Because anyone has something to say, want to say something, let me know. Okay, so here gold's sitting at $17.24 an ounce. Healthy, healthy, healthy. Now JNUG, what do we call for JNUG? Well, let's see. Did the market move back? No, 550. JNUG 684. So I believe JNUG will decouple from the market eventually because they're just not on the same trajectory. For a while they were. I mean, they crashed, but this is a bottom. As you can clearly see, there's just not enough people to sell JNUG anymore. Not to sell it down, at least. 13.50 all the way to 17. $3.50 to $7. It got its 100% gains. I think it will retrace. I think I'm gonna have to look at it on like a 30-minute to get more of an idea here. Just because the movement has been tough. So we are in a rising wedge. Kind of a parabolic run there, as you can see. We were in that rounded cup. We rounded up, down. Let's look at the trend line we're forming. This is the 30-minute, but it's good. So here's the trend line that we're forming here. Something like this. So could see us come back down to about 16,624. Let's see where our support here. So 361 is looking like a bottom. We have support here 475 and a big line of support here at $6. So we really want to see this hold $6. We wicked down to 637, but we came back up strong, very strong as the market opened. Looking good for gold. I like how it's decoupling from the Dow. Eventually we want to see the Dow keep going down. Now the Dow has a bearish MACD cross starting right here, so you can see that the red is beginning just like here. So, and if we look at the Dow, I kind of drew these little lines thinking this is what it would do, and I was pretty close. But if we look at the Dow here, we see that we're in a rising wedge. We at the bottom of the wedge, the top of the wedge, the bottom of the wedge, the top. Came down, top, top, top. We should be coming back down. It's almost as a double top in a way, but it's not the best. And it almost is a head and shoulders. Shoulders, head, shoulders. It's a very decrepit head and shoulders. But if we were to play it, it would be something like this in the short term. The bottom of the shoulder. Just back to the trend line at 22,250. Seeing a drop back. But we should come back down to the bottom of this trend line. That just would be healthy region. And then I have this line here. People say, what is this line? Well, this is a rising wedge with a 68% chance of a break to the downside. So we should see the Dow back to 17,000. Even extended to my line here at 1649. We should see the Dow back to 16 in some change coming. So that's just something I think should happen. That's just my call right now on the Dow. JNUG just wanting that $7, not wanting to be. Are you on SPXU now, boy? Is that what happened there? Got up in there. We see this double bottom on JNUG. I just think we're going to see JNUG. I mean, even the charts, forget what I think. Coming out of a MACD cross, things are about to do their thing. So, yeah. Yeah, yesterday I said to buy SPXU. Take nibbles. I said take nibbles all the way from 20 to 16. Just keep building a position, getting what you can there. Yeah, so, and what do I see happening for that? Well, we're in a falling wedge. Let me take off my old work. It's annoying sometimes, but all right. Starting anew. Our first real big resistance point here is up at 21. Then you can see we bounced down here at this time 22, and then we really don't have any huge resistance again until we get to 27. So we need to break above the moving average, which we did. We broke above our first moving average, which is the 21. You can see we opened right here. So we're being held now in a channel between the 21 and the 50-day moving average, which is very healthy. We have a MACD bullish cross just happening. So we came out of our pink area. You want to buy in the pink. Remember that, buy in the pink. That's why yesterday I was saying buy in this pink. I see a MACD cross coming. Huge shot up on the RSI on the 30-minute, but let's look at it in the 4-hour healthy. So buy in the pink is what I'm saying. We still have our last pink line, MACD cross about to approach. So this is about to explode, honestly. Or at least get back to 2024. So you'll get about 6 beans on the 80. Even the 30% gains coming for SPXU. I think by Friday too. The backdrop you have is pretty interesting. Longhorn, Texas style, but beach. What type of hybrid location is that? Funny. Scott always asking the questions. Always trying to figure it out. He's the figure out guy. He's the figure out guy. Look, you can blur it. You don't see nothing. Blur it a little bit. Like I have a cool camera. Get like the nicest camera ever, bro. Look at that. The field of view. Down on the Texas beach somewhere, you know. Anyway, SPXU is the play today. Not much I would tell anyone else to buy. Bitcoin holding the bottom of a trend line. We have a MACD cross coming, but it's turning bearish as well. Right here you can see there's a bearish cross here. Not much more momentum on the green. Not looking too healthy for Bitcoin. I may end my Bitcoin trade. I can't see which way it's going to go. Like I don't have a crystal ball, so to speak. On the daily, we have a MACD cross coming. Looks like it's going to fall out of this falling wedge, which is sad. I think it's going to do what the Dow's going to do in the next week, honestly. So get your cash ready to get out of Bitcoin. So here's our poll. We came into it. We're going to fall down out of it. And boom, like we're going to have 3,900 or 4,400 Bitcoin potentially coming. It's looking just like the Dow, which I hate to say this, man. I definitely think it will decouple, but right now, I mean, it's in a rising wedge just like the Dow. So they had their green crosses, now they're coming in red. Like this is done. We're going to have some red coming now. So so you want to be in an asset that has some green coming on the MACD. And really, you can tell it's the SPXU because we're coming out of red. We're in a falling wedge. We retraced over 100% on the Fibonacci retracement, so you don't have to worry about that. Like we're basically in a pretty solid spot. And on the daily, we're in a falling wedge. So you want to play falling wedges. Rising wedges are the scariest. Because if they open, when they do break out, they break up parabolic. So you get rewarded for being really ballsy, but the odds are just not in your favor. So here we have a falling wedge, clearly a falling wedge. We should break back up, down, and then you can kind of take this zone here and put it up. Brings us to at least about 24. When we break out of this falling wedge, which is going to happen. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, so we went up to 24, and we're just sitting there right now at 24.67. That's where I believe SPXU will go in the short term. I think in the long term, we're actually going to get really far back up to where we were in the 40s and then break that. So get ready, man. Get ready. Yeah. No divergence, nothing crazy happening. We do have a lack of volume. See how the volume dropped off? Meaning that this is ending. See, the volume is down here now. So that means this momentum is over. We're also pretty getting low below 50, which is bearish. So it means, like, you know what, we kind of cool down. But yeah, we have a MACD cross coming, buying the pink. This would be the perfect time to buy some SPXU. Just like I said yesterday at 16. I'm going to make that call again. So that's the call for the channel, is to short the S&P with SPXU. That's what I think is going to happen. I think that's the play of the day. A lot of people asking me what the play is, and that's the play. JNUG, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. It has a MACD cross extending. It looks like it's going to retrace back into like the 580, you know, something like that. But it's still on an uptrend. I mean, it's still going to keep ripping. I say it goes to $10. You could take a nibble here. Just be ready to be holding into some pain if you want to do that. Just something that I see. All right, some really just want to check gold right now. If you want to buy a bar of gold, we're at 1818, so it's all right, not too bad. You're gonna pay about $100 over. A lot of weird wasted 500 million pints down the drain, unless the UK pubs reopen by summer. So a bunch of these pubs are gonna lose their money, you know. SPXU did not flip bear on the MACD. Yeah, it's very, very healthy right now. Could be bear if you're looking at the 1 hour. I mean, you know, this is bullish right here, man. This is about to cross. So got to look at it on the 4 hour or the daily, really. If you're looking at this right here, it might flip bear. On the 15 minute, on the 30 minute, it's flipping green. On the 1 hour, it's got a green cross. On the 2 hour, so I don't know what you're watching. I was looking at the 2 minute chart. Yeah, I mean, we can go to the 5 second intervals, right? 5 minute chart. Yeah, the 5 minute, it's about to go down for sure. It's gonna, you know, that's what happens all day. Yeah, you got to look at the 4 hour or the daily, really, to give yourself a fighting chance, honestly. But yeah, we're in a rising wedge. 68% chance of break to the upside. MACD cross coming. Low volume in the move, meaning the movement will change. Yeah, we have a lot of good indications here. We have a lot of strong indications right now, which could play out. So it's something interesting to see. JNUG. Still pushing these two, Lamar Advertising and Outfront Media. Just two things you may want to take a look at. They do remote advertising. They have really good infrastructure, strong, less debt, good strong companies. Extending the losses at 500. Yeah, an abomination, says Wall Street money manager about hedge funds applying for bailouts from small business recovery funds. It's just insane, man. The Dow is falling as economic data show the damage from the pandemic. Stocks open sharply lower as economic data shows pandemic severity. Man, you're tired, bro. Get some coffee. You know what's weird is whenever I do this, I tend to always yawn. It's really strange. I think it's like gastrointestinal. It has something to do with like what I eat the night before. I feel like I'm always tired during the quarantine, man. I got the energy though. Like I'm ready to go. Like I'm not like bodily energized. Like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Retail JCPenney prepares to file for bankruptcy protection. Roughly 1 week after its first reports were published about the Plano, Texas-based department store exploring Chapter 11 filing surface, JCPenney is officially filing for bankruptcy, sending its battered shares sliding even lower. Reuters revealed late last night that a filing is imminent, and now the department, the quarantine zapping all our energy. We can't get out there. I know. Imminent now that the department store chain has had to close all 850 of its stores and furlough its 95,000 employees across the U.S., disrupting a turnaround plan that was, let's be real, probably doomed to fail anyway. As the retail apocalypse moves in warp speed thanks to the pressures of the novel coronavirus outbreak, a representative for the chain told Reuters that the company probably has enough cash to survive the months ahead, even as revenue dries up because of the store's closures. However, the company is considering bankruptcy protection to restructure its finances to get out from underneath crushing debt payments. Yeah, why pay anybody, right? Just U.S. answers China provocations in the show of force of the elephant walk of B-52 bombers in Guam. Just something to think about. Days after China conducted a military drill with fighter jets and an aircraft carrier near Taiwan, The U.S. Air Force conducted its own show of force, demonstrating defense readiness with an elephant walk of bombers on Andersen Air Force Base in Guam on Monday. Guam lies about 1,800 miles east of China, home to a continual rotation of Americans' long-range bombers, which provide rapid global strike capability in the Indo-Asian Pacific area. V Stars and Stripes U.S. Air Force, Navy MH601 Nighthawk, Air Force RK-4 Global Hawk, and Navy MQ-4C Tritron, Air Force B-52 Strato Fortresses, and KC-135 Strato Tankers perform an elephant walk at Andersen Base on Monday. I don't know what an elephant was now. An elephant walk, which involved a dozen or more aircraft taxiing in tight formation just prior to rapid takeoffs, also came amid ongoing North Korea aircraft drills, making the birthday of the nation's founder Kim Il-sung's young grandfather. On Tuesday, Pyongyang further conducted what was described as multiple cruise missile launch tests. American military officials confirmed in a tweet that multiple bombers, including B-52 Strato Fortresses, performed the display of strength, which showcases their commitment to ensure region stability throughout the Indo-Pacific. Just to let you know, man, we're ready to go. I'd like to see what these look like. What are those drones too? Those are some weird little doohickeys there. Just to let everybody know who the boss is, you know. Here comes the depression. Empire State Manufacturing crashes most ever to negative 78, lowest in history, with Wall Street already expecting a catastrophic Empire Fed Manufacturing Index print of negative 35, just shy of the lows hit during the financial crisis. Moments ago, NY Fed reported that the New York State Business Conditions Index plummeted 57 points to 78.2, its lowest level in the history of the survey by a wide margin. The chart says it all. The biggest miss ever, the biggest drop ever, the lowest print ever. The details below surface were dire. New orders and shipments declined at a record pace. Delivery times lengthened and inventories fell. Employment levels and the average work week both contracted at a record pace. Input price increases slowed considerably, while selling prices declined modestly. As usual, hope dies last, and though current conditions were the worst in history, firms expected conditions to be slightly better 6 months from now. Some more details. Manufacturing firms in New York State reported that business activity declined dramatically in early April. The General Business Conditions Index fell 57 points to negative 78.2, its largest point drop in the lowest level on record. By way of comparison, the lowest level this indicator had reached prior to April was negative 34 during the Great Recession. 7% reported that conditions improved over the month, with 85% reported that the conditions had worsened. So not good for the labor market. Yeah, ugly drop, man. Wasted 50 million pints down the drain unless the UK pubs reopened. Britain remained in a nationwide lockdown in mid-April as virus-related deaths and confirmed cases climbed. A crashed economy, a high unemployment risk, sending the country into depression. Non-essential businesses like pubs have been shuttered for nearly a month. BBC News is reporting with no clear timeline of when lockdowns will dissipate. Tens of thousands of pubs across the country have been severely damaged with limited cash flow in the last 30 days. They are holding large sums of beer inventory that could expire if lockdowns continue. Oh, man. For several months, which would result in over 50 million pints of stale beer being dumped, according to a leading industry. The Campaign for Real Ale estimates that the nation's 39,000 pubs each have about 15 barrels of inventory. Yeah, man. Very sad waste of all the work and talent that goes into producing a great beer, Stainer told BBC. People won't get to drink it, and all those resources have been used up for nothing. He added, it's not the biggest issue that the country is dealing with, but aspects of life, going to the cinema or cafe or going for a pint, are something we treasure. Since pubs were forced to close their doors on March 20th, the supermarket has seen a 20% increase in alcohol sales. Consumers have shifted where they buy their beverages in the lockdowns as public health orders forces everyone to drink at home. The trend will likely continue for the next several months, further pressuring pubs. Wow, you don't think about all these implications and things that could occur, right? I'm still down $47, not a huge thing, just kind of sitting on that. I think I have to can that because I think Bitcoin's going to go down. That's what I think's happening. That's my prediction, and I'm sticking to it. The play I would be in right now is SPXU. That's the only thing I would play. I'd like to do a challenge, like $100 Robinhood challenge. Do you guys want to see something like that? Like I take $100 and I see how I would do with $100, and I take you through all my trades just live on Robinhood. Kind of cool. I might do that today and basically buy into SPXU with $100 and then show you where it goes from there. So something worth doing, something worth taking into account. But yeah, just an idea. Thought it would be cool. If you guys think it was cool, it'd be something I would do. Check it out. So the Dow down 500 points. Gold still holding 1717, and I'm thinking it's going up to 1850. I got my line here, 1850, ready for gold. So boom, Bitcoin 767.32, holding the bottom of this trend line. I just don't see it having momentum to come back up right now, especially on the daily. On the 3-day, we have some movement actually, looking healthier, looking like we could get bounced back up. So looks like we'll go down to 64, 65, and then come back up to 68, 671, and then who knows? We could get back to the top of this at 8100 if we just get the top of this range, and then we could drop back down to 74. Just something to think about. Big move brewing for Bitcoin price, but stocks will decide 6K or 8K. It's true. Bearish bets being placed on Bitcoin as having nears. Bitcoin realized volatility falls back to normal levels after March bloodbath. Bitcoin and altcoins trading near make or break levels. Let's see what some of the I don't like to play in many of these altcoins right now when Bitcoin is this volatile. But look, Atom just keeps going up, making little moves. Atom's on my radar. Just something to look at. It was in this triangle. I figured it would break out. It kind of did hit my level right there at 261. So it broke out. It did exactly what I thought it would do. Took a while though. Took basically from March 31st all the way to the 9th, so about 10 days to be in that trade to make it work. Might be a good time. Let's see, shorting. Well, we're kind of coming out of the MACD cross here. We have a MACD cross here on the bear USDT. So something to look at if you want to short Bitcoin. Definitely something to look at here. Boom, right there. So that's something to look at as well. And I was playing H-bar. It was kind of something I was looking at closely. 32.32. See, it's hanging out at the bottom. See, we got a spike, downtrend, V-shaped recovery, down. And it's rounding in this rounded bottom area here. This rounded bottom. It's the bottom of the trend line. To me, it just has to just at least come up to the top of this trend line. Which now would be smaller. Be like here, but still 27% gains coming for this. 27.9%. That's something I'm looking at really closely here. But look, we had our MACD boom up. Now we're having a bearish cross now again. So this could just fall out. It could fall out the other way, back down to its support line, which is about here at 12. I mean, I have my other support lines here at 24. So this is something we could definitely see happening for this coin. Hedera, man, it was on my so it's just telling me that it's a red day, not a lot of action in the altcoins, not a lot of action at all in many coins. Tomo chain, something to look at, up 6%, and SPXU, man, V chain. Last week they all had their little pump, and that was it. See, these are the little pumps. This went up from 0.487. Let's see that pump right there. Yeah, nice 15% pump. So they had their days in the sun, man. I think there's going to be a suck out of this market. I think money's going to get sucked out. I think we're in for some more pain. Honestly, I'm bracing for pain. See a little XRP holding 18, which is important. Doesn't hold this line here. This 18 line is going to break down and go back down to 16 and back into my green buy zone again. It isn't now. It's its own little triangle, as you can see. kind of like something like this. Bottom of the trend line should come back up. Something to look at, something to think about. I'm liking this. I'm liking the structure that it's in right now. It's basically in this wedge on top of a wedge, and it's getting close to its ending zone where it really has to either drop, put up, or shut up. Short term, if we fall out, we go back down to 15.7, and if we break up to the upside, we go back up to about 21.5. So what will happen for XRP? Really got to see today. It's going to be a line in the sand for a lot of these coins, but today is a big day. So we shall see what goes on. But right now, from what I see, is Bitcoin is going to fall out of this falling wedge. I hope it breaks back up to 8,100. Kind of could crawl back up here. See how long it took here. It took from March 29th to April 7th. So it took about a week, 8 days. So in 8 days, we could be either here or back down here at 44.8. So that's just if it does break out of the falling wedge, that's where we're looking at here. This probably this white line here at 44.20. So just be careful out there, man. Be careful out there playing these markets. It's not going to be perfect. Something you just got to watch out for. Ion. But yeah, that's basically it for the day.